which brings us to
our next guest, who is, boy, is he a patriot. And he knows the conditions that the troops are in because he goes out and talks and meets with the troops thousands of miles away. He is a beloved patriot of the troops. He's also, of course, on the highest rated show on Food Network, Restaurant Impossible. And he's also a Navy petty officer, and he's my friend. And he has the Robert Irvine Foundation. And I can tell you, we were just recently together at the Memorial Day parade, and it was like, Chef Robert Irvine, they love you because you give so much back. So great to have you here, Robert Irvine. Thank you for being on Troopathon.
Thank you so much. It's such a great event, and hey, everybody should be listening to it and donating money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know all too well, Robert, you go out there and you're constantly meeting with the troops, whether it's with the USO, wherever it is. You're in so many different spots. You know how much it means for them when they get these care packages. And also in the care packages, Robert, there's a letter that they receive that says, we're thinking of you. You can personalize a letter, which is so cool, that they can receive on the other, and knowing somebody thousands of miles away is thinking about them. Tell us about, on the flip side, when you're with them and they get things like this from America.
I can tell you that on Christmas Day, my wife Gail and I were in Mosul and Erbil, feeding 101st Airborne at that time with the Chairman of Joint Chiefs, and just to see the faces, of these guys and girls when you give a meal or they get a letter. And the letters are really important as much as the food, because they know, when you're deployed over 6 months, they want to know that people are thinking about them, not only their family, but it's the biggest thing. They're away from their family. They're away at Christmas time. They're away at holidays, especially 4th of July coming up. It is important to make sure that they know that we love them.
And, a lot of people say that food is love. And when you don't have, for instance, if you're at a forward operating base, a FOB, and there is no kitchen cooking 24/7 for our soldiers and they're eating MREs, that is a difficult situation. And there's no place that you can go and, get a great meal like you would prepare, Chef. So that's why we depend on these care packages to get them overseas to these men and women.
It's interesting, whether it be a cup of noodles, whether it be a cookie, toothpaste, no matter what it is in a care package, when it comes from somebody that loves what you do and doesn't even know you, that's the specialty of it. Rita, you said we're lucky we get a chance to travel with a USO, we get a chance to work with TAP's organization, Gary Sinise, and just to see the faces and talk to the folks. We just finished a 8-country, 9-day tour with the vice chairman. We'll be in Korea in a couple of weeks, Lackland Air Force Base last week filming. It's just really important. And I don't think the American people remember all the time. We remember sometimes the holidays. We remember, and I just listened to you say, they're out there 365 days a year. We're in the cloth of our nation to give us this freedom that we so gladly have. And it's because those young men and women are out there doing this.
It's so beautiful. You have been just such a stalwart supporter. Why does it mean so much to you, Robert? Because, for all your success, you love the troops. And you could tell this is totally your passion project, Robert.
Yeah, I mean, my wife always says to me, well, food is good and you like to cook, and that's true.
And by the way, Robert, I got to say, your wife can kick butt, too, because she's a wrestler. She's an amazing, you got to give her my best, too. She's great, too. She's right there with you. You have some sixes. You've got some good sixes, but she could kick your butt.
That is very true, Rita, very true. Gail actually, as I said, came with me to Iraq, and she really got what it means to be amongst these young men and women. Cooking is a great passion I have, but it's a job to me, and it allows me to get to the places, to meet, to shake hands, to work out. And let me tell you, here's a great thing. As a 52-year-old male, don't work out with 20-year-old Marines.
Yeah. That is a bad idea. I also wanted just to make a quick mention here, because you have been so generous with your time with the troops, that you have founded the Robert Irvine Foundation to support military families. Give us a little quick thumbnail sketch of what you do with that foundation.
So the foundation raises money to support the USO Gary Sinise service, Valor service dogs. We've just bought 2 dogs for post-traumatic stress. training to give away. The foundation is literally to make sure that we can support 100% of that money goes to these other charities that run programs. And it's just it's so gratifying for me when I go out there and I work and I do a dinner. You know, you mentioned Memorial Day weekend, 1,000 Gold Star folks, which was an amazing dinner. You were at it, Rita. And we got to remember that it's not only the men and women that serve in our forces; it's the families that we leave behind, and the kids that take this pressure, post-traumatic stress. So whatever we can do in the Robert Irvine Foundation, we do, and we make sure we pay it forward. And it's such a great feeling. You know, I was in the military. Luckily, I was not in wartime, although I went to the Falklands, but that's not considered wartime for me. You know, we've been in this war 16 years plus, and you know, it's a long war. We have the best senior leadership in our military, I believe, since the Second World War. General Mattis, General Dunford, General Salva, and all the chiefs, and they're great, empathetic leaders. They're great strategists, and they love the troops. And I say this, and I've said this 1,000 times. I've never seen a 4-star hug a person before, not in my world. And I truly believe that leadership that we have gives a lot of hope. The packages that the Troopathon sends gives joy and peace, and obviously great things inside, cookies and noodles and whatever else it is.
Well, Robert, we love you so much.
Thank you so much.
We are so thankful, Robert, and keep up the great work, my friend. And tweet about Troopathon, too, please. You're so great on social media.
And when we can help you, we would love to.
I will be doing it in 2 seconds.
We love you, Robert. You're the best. Thank you. Great to have you with us, my friend.